This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. No, we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute. And we'll get there in a minute, cause we'll get there in a minute. No, we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute.
What's going on? Back again, season 2, episode 5. You know, here we go. We'll get there in a minute. Got the homie Kev Fanor. What's going on, Kev?
What up?
We got the DJ Sesh. You know what I mean? Tables, but really can't play DJ at all. What's up with you, Sesh?
No, chillin'. I appreciate the shot early. I'm gonna throw that out there. I see this is how this podcast is gonna go. Okay.
I'm just saying, you said you wanted to get on the tables, man. So you know, DJ Sesh money on the 1s and 2s. And what's the nickname we going with you for, DZ?
For today?
Yeah.
They calling me hedge fund D's out here, man. I don't know why, man. I don't even, you know what I mean? But the streets just be tripping. It's all good. It sticks today.
Staying in the black.
Yeah. Okay. Got hedge fund DZ on the 1s and 2s. What's going on out there in this crazy world, my brothers?
You know what I mean? I'm just modulating. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shout out to the Bay. You know that's where I'm born and raised. You know what I mean? So shout out to them.
Since when were you born and raised in the Bay?
But you my brother, man. You don't know like where your brother from?
That's why I'm trying to figure it out, man.
You know what I mean? Born and raised in the Bay. We met up in Maine. How was you gonna tell the story, man?
I mean, shit's crazy. We are one of the only few that knew each other our whole lives out of the brothers and sisters relationship.
We starting toxic already. We laughing at trauma and shit already.
Yeah, we might have some siblings in the Bay, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. I might really go out there and be good.
You never know. Speaking of toxic, man, shout out to our producer, Mr. Toxic King himself, man. Fresh Produce, or whatever he calls himself. Will O'Gara, a.k.a. Harold, a.k.a. Mr. Wilson Tech, on the 1s and 2s in the background doing what he does every day.
2 3s.
So shout out to Mr. Wilson Tech himself.
Rolly.
Get that man his flowers, man.
Literally.
Yeah, he likes flowers too.
Energy, baby.
I haven't told you I linked up with that fool recently. This by the way, this is our producer who does everything, these great boxes and all that good stuff, and keeps us
boxes.
Yeah, I mean, the real, keeps us real professional. So we go, he's like, I gotta go to the deli real quick to pick up a Red Bull. I'm like, all right, cool. We go there, pick up a Red Bull. Son comes out with a whole thing of flowers. Right? And he's like, here. I'm like, bro, I know you ain't just giving me no flowers, fam. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, these for me. Son went and bought gas station rose petal red flowers.
That's different, bro. That's different.
Put it in the crib. That's a different dude, man. So
I like that energy, though.
That's crazy.
What's up?
Why he make you hold him though? Like what's going on?
I was in the passenger seat, man. Now he ain't gonna punk me, yo. You know what I mean?
They ain't no back seat. I'm just trying to, figure out what's going on.
That's a great question. I really held him too. Like,
that's like some hold my pocket type shit. I'm just
G-Tech me, man. Maybe hop out and get the Dutch or something. This is crazy. I gotta go. I gotta get back, man. Really, it's on site when I see you now, man. I gotta get mine, man. I was out there holding flowers in the passenger seat.
Facts. That's wild.
And you didn't even realize you just put it together, hearing it out loud.
This is crazy. I got nice in my old age, man. So I ain't really trying to be wilding, but I gotta go. I should have stomped them flowers out. What you saying, Kev?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
you heard it yourself.
Facts.
Shout out to that deli selling flowers too. Shout out to the deli selling flowers.
Whatever you want to call it, man.
But it's funny, man. People talking about the ingredients I put in a hummus dish. But yet you're over here drinking Red Bull. Come on, man.
No. He went to get the Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't drink the Red Bull, family.
We don't need to double down on this, kid.
Yeah, don't try to come
with justification.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna post the recipe too.
Yo, between dessert hummus and Cassidy is a legend. Like, You just gotta take them L's, B, and just never speak of it again.
Nah, the Kansas City one, I'll take that one. That's an L.
Okay, it happens. It happens.
Bro, that's the first time I might have seen you like just admit to that. Admit to
that
to
was
an L,
a-
bro.
That
Progression,
was
bro.
unfortunate.
Progression.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, so Kev, how's waking up at 6 a.m. doing for you, my guy?
It's
2
going.
days, right?
It's going. I appreciate it. Nah, it's been like at least 4. At
Okay.
least 4. So I was gonna add, like, so the weekends I'm gonna do it tomorrow too and just see how that goes. But Sunday I might have to take Sunday off.
I ain't trying to count, but we talked about this like Wednesday night, I believe. And you wasn't up at 6 on Wednesday.
I said it was a couple days. I'm pretty sure.
Yo, that's what's with me. That's what's with me, fam. I was like, Gary, you need to get up. He was like, I don't really start the day till about 8.
Oh man.
I said I don't start work till about 8.
And I was like, so what time you get up? You wasn't saying no 6. We told you get up at 6 on Wednesday night. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna give you a strong 3
It's
though.
been about 3 days. 3 days.
About 3-4 days. Okay, I'm gonna give you. You know what I mean? That's just with me. That's my witness. We was talking about it.
Listen, man, I know I got the Baltimore City education, but if Wednesday you got Thursday, it's now Friday. Listen,
that's 2
man,
days.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Listen, y'all know I can't count. I was counting on my fingers and still got it wrong. So it's all good over here. I got my masters though.
That's a fact. That's all that matters.
It ain't in math either.
That's how we know you rich.
Yeah.
You wasn't studying for that.
Listen, I took classes I knew that didn't require much counting. You know what I mean? So it's international business, which is crazy, but yeah, I didn't have to really count like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, dang, I really was okay, Wednesday. Yep. I counted Wednesday as the third day. I'm with you, Cass. So we was both wrong.
Kev was more wrong than you because he was living
It's a
it.
work in progress, bro. I'm doing it. That's what counts.
You know,
My
you
man
get
said 4 days.
Yeah, I did. It's like 2.5. It was like 6:30 on Wednesday, but
Out here counting books and shit. Counting books, 200 pump. I woke up at 6 about 200 pump days. You know. This
dog
nigga
playing
talking
spades
about,
to wake up. Okay, respect. Yo, Kevin's GOAT tier, man. You are one dude. You a Dos Equis, man, for real.
Yo, he's a national treasure, yo.
He really is. Really is. But yeah, I mean, so I'm glad everybody's doing good. Shoot. Some crazy things have happened. Like Lil Uzi getting a diamond in his forehead. Not much to say on that unless y'all want to go into that.
nah, it's I don't even know what to think no more, bro. I don't even know what to think anymore.
Ugly black superhero, bro. Come on, you're doing too much.
Listen, I wasn't even going to bring it up, but I felt like we had to bring it up, man.
You're doing too much.
I figured, Kev, that might be something you might be into. Because I know, like, I don't know what it's called. Like, what is that called?
Yeah, that's racist.
Nah, that's a different.
It's Indian culture.
My people's ain't Hindi. It's different.
Yeah, that's racist.
My people see.
Shit.
It's
Nah, it's a different religion. It's a different religion.
Different
I
religion.
know it's a different religion, but isn't that Indian?
Yeah.
Different
India?
religion.
So it's Hindu.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and my family practices Sikh. There's Sikh, not Hindu. So it's different.
So
Some people wear it as jewelry, but it's mostly a Hindu thing.
okay.
But
All
yes,
right.
people that are Indian do it, but not all Indians practice the same religion. There's Muslim, there's Christian Indians, there's
Facts.
Kev just got earrings not too long ago. You think he is gonna support a diamond in his forehead?
Nah, I've had earrings for at least 15 years.
You did not have earrings in school, Kev.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on, my math. I was like 19.
Fam. I'm just saying.
So 11 years. There we go. 12 years.
It's all right. We're gonna leave it alone, fam.
You are terrible with numbers too, yo. You just be lying, bro.
Shout out to Brooklyn Tech. We're not even gonna talk about the school we all graduated from because this shit look bad on us right now.
Or nah.
we gonna call Brooklyn Tech out. We ain't gonna do all about it like that. Cause this shit crazy between me and Kev right now, boy. Boy, I know.
I'm doing quick math. I'm inebriated. What's up?
Quick math. Before we're gonna come back and do a little bit different. Usually we talk about sports at the end. We figure we're gonna talk about sports in the beginning. Shout out to Sesh for telling us this beautiful info about Brett Favre.
I'm always schooling y'all, man. I'm just trying to keep y'all posted.
I'm lying to everybody. Sesh ain't tell us a damn thing, man. But with that being said, one of the topics was my man Brett Favre. It sucks. It hurts. I'm a Packers fan. Mr. Wranglers himself has been all off the hook for a while now, and he told pretty much in layman's terms, he told Deshaun Watson he's making too much money to complain about what his team is doing and wanting to trade. So I'm gonna let y'all what y'all think about that and what Brett Favre had to say.
It's unfortunate. Them damn copper sleeves are a little too tight on his ass. He's doing too much, bro. He's talking out his ass. That shit sound real like master like.
Talk about it.
Yeah, your master treat you real nice. You better not get out of line much. Like, what the fuck? Get out of here with that shit.
Yep. DZ, what you got to say? Because we're going to hold Sesh for last on this one.
Absolutely, man.
Shane, this shit is nasty, man. I blame anybody who bought a pair of Wrangler jeans thinking that it was going to make you throw the ball better. Like, no, this is what we got from it. Like, come on, man. He told Deshaun Watson to shut up and dribble when he did the same shit when he left Green Bay to go to New York Jets. He did the same shit.
He
said, I want to leave. And they said, we're not going to deal you to Minnesota for obvious reasons. So we're going to let you go to New York. And then he ended up in Minnesota anyway. And now he's telling Deshaun Watson he's making too much money to do the same shit he did. What'd that tell you?
Come on, Seth.
I think first off, who gives a fuck about what Brett Favre has to say about anything right now?
Hopefully our listeners.
Huh?
Hopefully our listeners.
No, not really. Don't nobody fucking give a fuck about what Brett Favre got to say. Keep it all the way at being. And we really don't care about what the fuck.
So people do care.
So are we gonna let me talk or y'all gonna talk?
Okay, you're right.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying. I'm just asking. First off, I'm gonna read verbatim what I just read. I'm kind of old school, Favre told Yahoo Sports. I think you play. You get paid a ton of money to do a certain job, and just to do it, just do it and let the chips fall where they may. I think we make too much money to voice an opinion, but I'm not saying he's wrong. Again, I think it's different day and time, and it will be interesting to see how the organization handles it.
Okay. Yes, but go ahead. I'm letting you.
I just don't. Yeah, is it hypocritical? Absolutely. What DZ said was absolutely hypocritical. Well, what DZ said was right. He was being a hypocrite in his statements. But to say it's him saying "shut up and dribble" is something totally different. It's adding a racial undertone to it. It doesn't need to be added to it. And I feel like everybody is hypersensitive about every fucking thing. Everybody fake cares about every fucking thing. I
want to know where his energy was, not even for himself, but where was that on Eli Manning's draft night?
Talk about it. I was just about to say that.
On who?
On Eli Manning when he got drafted. I'm not playing for the Chargers.
He didn't openly ask like start giving information about Deshaun Watson. He was asked a question and he answered it. I'm not saying he was right or wrong. What I'm saying is nobody gives a fuck. It doesn't matter. It wasn't a racial thing. That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
I can see it. Now that you've read the whole quote, I can see it not.
Oh, so you didn't hear it either.
I read the whole quote.
I didn't hear the whole quote. I heard the majority of it, but not the entire thing.
So the media read part of a quote and gave it to us in a certain way.
No, I read the whole quote. I read that
entire quote too.
Okay.
I read that whole quote. So I read the whole. I usually after I hear the quote, I always go back and read. I just think because this is not Brett Favre's first time on subjects of
that part.
This.
Okay, so that part right there. That adds a little more context to it. That adds a little different.
It was like, all right, Favre, what are we talking about here? What are you really trying to say? And like you said, and it's one thing. It's like, all right, cool. Not saying he's wrong or right. And this is my thing. And you said it. He's hypocritical. So the biggest thing you've been harping on is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So why was it okay when he did it, trying to blame the days and the day and age and the day of time or whatever, when Favre, you literally did the same thing, crying too about one, because you couldn't get Randy Moss. That was half of the issue too. So get me out of here, do X, Y, and Z. So now it's like he starts blaming on the day and times, says we get too much. And then again, you're voicing your opinion. So you're just doing all these things, but how many quarterbacks have we seen before voice their opinions on X, Y, and Z, and nobody's asked them about it? But as soon as it's Deshaun Watson, who's been nothing but a stand-up dude, point blank period, it's now we're making too much money to have an opinion. That's where I'm like, what is this really about?
Facts. I don't have anything to argue on that statement. Hence why I started with why the fuck do we care about what Brett Favre has to say?
Because I just feel like it's Brett Favre is speaking for that group of quarterbacks that feel that way. In my
What
point
group of quarterbacks are you talking about? Let's be specific here.
I had him. I'm not even talking about. I shouldn't say quarterbacks, but people along that era. Speaking of the Lou Holtz, even though he might have not been one of those quarterbacks, but Luke Holtz coming out. And now I can't think of anybody in my head that I had in my head at first, but those people in that era. That
You're talking about like a more so like the old school.
Yes.
The old school feeling of what a quarterback should be. The people who feel that way. It doesn't have to be a particular group of people, but the people who think that along those lines.
And the Lou Holtz, what's the dude, the old linebacker from the Packers, and not even Mike Dicker.
From the Bears, yeah.
That group of those people in the world. That's why I shouldn't say
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. It's been stated, and it's really only come to when it's put out with the Cam Newtons of the world or whoever and whatever, is when there's been a problem with how a quarterback expresses himself.
Yep.
Because, for lack of better terms, we only hear Favre on shit he doesn't agree with. And it always has to, in a weird way, racial or not, always has to come with his opinion of not agreeing with the opposing side of, black quarterbacks and black athletes. For lack of better.
I wonder if that's his way of staying relevant in today. And like staying like in the conversation.
Everybody loves a hot topic.
Yeah, everybody loves a hot topic. We only talk about it when it's hot. This shit won't be talked about in 2 weeks. We will totally forget about. I know majority of people will totally forget about this Brett Favre saying this shit in 2 weeks.
And it's not even about let's put Brett Favre out of the conversation though. It's more, what is the right way for a black quarterback now to express himself? Or why is it always an issue when the Rabbits got the gun?
You know what I mean? Don't want the Rabbit to have a gun.
Because when he did it, there wasn't these issues like that, or anybody else. So I just want to know what
you answer your own question all the time. You just have to think about, look at Baker Mayfield. Who else, like, if Baker Mayfield looked like anybody, like any other black quarterback, he would get so much shit for the way that he plays, and he has too much. But he's so spunky. He has so much enthusiasm. No, it's more, he's cocky. It's all perception and the way that it's like twisted and turned. Because I feel like Baker Mayfield is received in a way that a black quarterback that acted out and showboated the way that Baker Mayfield does wouldn't be received. Is my personal opinion.
Yeah, we could take it back to Johnny Manziel.
Yes, and that's my thing. Is it's hard to not take it about race, because I want to be like you said. You'd be like, it's not about race; it's about his true opinions. And I'm not saying, you know what I mean, but like how everybody trying to spin it either about race or it's not about race. It's just quite convenient though that these matters are kind of like DZ said, for lack of a better term, shut up and dribble. Even though it's not a football, why is it always that way?
I think it's the media cycle, bro. I think it gets them clicks, it gets them things. to kind of what you said about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield got shit. He got shit. Like, not saying he got shit like a black quarterback would have got for that. Not like Haskins got for it in DC. But one thing, the difference is that Baker Mayfield won games this year.
This
Yeah,
year.
because they gave him 3 years and a team around him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if he doesn't do that, he was getting shit for the past 2 years because he
was
weren't
getting
winning
shit
games.
for shooting commercials. That's what he was getting shit for.
He had more commercials than wins last season.
And that's
Right.
why we're giving him shit. He was getting
Exactly.
crazy.
He's doing too much off the field. They didn't care about what he was doing on the field.
And he also, not only did he get shit, he actually got a coach that was pretty good fired,
Yes.
and he ain't do shit.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, this dude was the ass quarterback and was like, I don't like this guy, got him fired, and then lost the next year after that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying,
Deshaun Watson couldn't even keep D-Hop.
yeah,
Man.
but
All I know is I don't give a fuck about what Brett Favre has to say about Deshaun Watson. That I know that for a fact.
yeah,
I know that for a fact.
very.
Brett Favre's opinion on just huh?
I don't think we care too much about what Brett Favre has to say. I think we care about the overall picture that it paints, because it's not only him that spews this rhetoric in a weird way.
Yeah.
Fuck all them. That's how I feel. Fuck all them. Fuck Terry Bradshaw. Anybody who feels any kind of way about him handling his business the way he handles it. It's a different day and age. It is what it is. And we keep on bringing it. Like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. In my opinion, it ain't worth bringing up. It ain't worth bringing up. Fuck them. Fuck everybody. If you don't like it, it is what it is. It's the league. The league is trending this way. You don't have a choice. You got to get with it or get away.
Okay. All right. Speaking of league, we'll talk about greatness. We'll move on to greatness. And right now, this Super Bowl, we have a chance to watch two people that are almost, well, we know one is definitely embodied greatness in Tom Brady. Pat Mahomes is showing that same type of dog, same type of fight. I mean, the kid is great. No doubt about it. But here's a posing question. What is more important? Pat Mahomes winning 2 Super Bowls before 25, or Tom Brady winning 2 Super Bowls after 40? Which is more impressive? Appreciate y'all.
Tom Brady.
Ooh. You said that with some conviction. Well, give us it, Kev.
Hands down. Ben Roethlisberger won 2 before he was 30. Look at him now.
But the question was 25, fam.
Either way, bro. He won 2 before he was 30. That's what you start to you only get how many great years as a quarterback.
Kev, most quarterbacks win their championships before 30, Kev. It's not
he
that
won 2 before 30, and he hasn't done anything since.
Yeah. What I'm saying is,
how about
I'm going with Tom Brady.
All right, Kev. How about this? 2 before 25 with 2 MVPs as a QB. That you just changed my whole 30, 25 to 30. So now, because Ben Roethlisberger didn't win MVP his first Super Bowl. You know that, right?
No, he didn't.
Has Ben Roethlisberger ever won MVP?
I think he may be his second.
I don't think Ben Roethlisberger's ever won MVP.
I don't know.
I think you're talking league MVP. I don't think he has either.
I'm talking Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, okay. You talking Super Bowl? Oh, maybe. I thought you were talking about league MVP. I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure Ben Roethlisberger don't have a league MVP.
No, yeah. So Kev just pushed my whole narrative to before 25 was really the question.
Yeah, the shelf life.
Now we'll go 2. We'll go. All right, we'll make it even 2 championships before 25, and 2 Super Bowl MVPs before 25. Or Tom Brady.
Complicate this? No, the point was good the first time. Just keep going with that.
I agree with the point. I'm just okay. Yeah, my what I'm saying is that he can win 2 before 25. He might not win any more. That's the point. That might be it, bro.
It's irrelevant, Kev. Just answer the question. 2 before 25 or 2 after 40. It has nothing to do with
Tom Brady.
Okay, why? Why?
Because it's sustained greatness. That's why.
We're talking about age and wins. Just age and wins. That's it. 2 after 40.
That's exactly what I said. I don't know how you're disagreeing with the point. I'm answering the question.
Because you're saying consistency. We're just talking about age tied to wins.
Not
Nothing
consistency, sustained greatness. Who plays after the age of 40? Nobody, like rarely ever.
Okay, well, Kev, put it this way. Forget sustained greatness. He could have been 40 with no Super Bowls. Or maybe 1 at
Okay, and he'd still be playing quarterback in the NFL. Y'all just talking about like fantasy scenarios now, bruh.
Kev,
What backup quarterbacks are 40 years old?
Kev, Jesus Christ, Kev. We're just making a point about age tied to wins. We're not talking about careers. Careers
And I said
aside.
Tom Brady.
All right, move on. Guys, Sash, who you got?
Like, what the fuck?
I agree with Trev. I agree with Kev.
Okay.
Why is that?
Just because you don't, it's not something you might not ever see again.
Okay, that's a great point. I'm torn between both, but I think they're both. Yeah, like Seth said, you probably can see it before 25. I still think both are rare. I'm gonna go with the 25 to be so young and really be at the helm of it all right now. To me, is like, man, that's pretty special. That's pretty special. You know what I mean? So, I mean, they're both special. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to. I think I'm gonna just go with the 25. To do it before 25 as a quarterback, which we've seen so many people now struggle at that position being young. I'm gonna go with it there.
I'll go with the same.
What's your reason, Aggies?
I think we got to think, like, when you talk about development in the QB position, not too many QBs come out firing like that at that age. Like, you don't see too many 22, 23-year-old quarterbacks just come out and win championships like that. Like, you know what I mean? So I think for him to do that earlier, like, you don't see too many 40-year-olds do it either. I think Peyton Manning was, 38? So, I mean, that is impressive for Tom, but I just feel like the young boy, he's on the right track already before 25.
So, I got a quick question. How old was Russ when he lost that second Super Bowl?
I don't know, but he didn't win it. He didn't win two.
Who cares?
Okay.
Why'd you bring that up, Kev?
Yeah. But we don't.
Because he might not win, bro. The point that I'm making is that you.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. Either way, one of these two might not win. That's why it's the coolest about it. We don't know. There is going to be one that is going to make this accomplishment happen, Kev. So
that's why we're watching the game tomorrow.
That's why we're watching. Like, wow, this is the chance that we're going to see something that has never been done on either side. Now, just talking about the cool,
Yeah, I really wanted to know where you were going with that point. Like, if we would have gave you an age, like what difference that would have made? I was like,
I'm about to be attacked by the Kev Hive again. Like, leave me alone. How do y'all stand behind this? This is
crazy.
Yo.
All right, let's bring some context into it, though. Let's bring some context into it. Pat Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith, probably one of the best game managers the league has ever seen, hands down. Alex Smith, as far as like touchdown, interception ratios, he just didn't have the arm that Patrick Mahomes had. So sitting behind him, I don't know how many years did he sit behind Alex Smith? One or two?
Just one.
One. Paired with getting Andy Reid as a head coach and the pieces that they put beside him, I think that's me personally. I think that's more replicatable than somebody being 40 years old and going to a established team and taking them to the Super Bowl and possibly winning it.
We got a good debate off of what you said.
All right,
this is juicy. This is really good.
Wait, what? So you talk about Pat Mahomes' situation in Kansas City, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Andy Reid, offensive head coach, right? And him sitting behind Alex Smith. So I'm just confused because Brady, his whole career, has stepped into the Patriots, which is the most dominant, football team ever.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going to the Bucs, where he has, arguably 3 top 20 receivers.
Uh-huh.
2 of them probably top 5, maybe top 10, maybe not top 5 because he's spreading the ball out and he added Gronk and he added Leonard Fournette and he added all these pieces with the best offensive line in the game.
Stop it.
They're the best offensive line in the game. They're the only team in the league with a
Really
top 5. He has a top 5 DNO. Google it. Like,
okay,
you don't have to,
just because they have a top 5 DNO doesn't mean they have the top 5. They have the best offensive line in the game.
They have the best offensive line.
I think they're a second or third. They're top 5 offensive linemen.
Okay, we'll say that. You said the best.
Okay.
Is that not? There's a difference between the best and top 5.
Okay. How many? Okay. It's hard to measure that, but we'll think about how many times Tom has been touched this year. Let's just think about
Hit a lot.
Huh?
Early on, it was a lot.
Early struggles because there was no preseason or anything like that. No team. Like, all right, let's go. All right, logistics.
Go ahead.
He's got the best setup you can ask for as a quarterback, and it may arguably be better than Pat Mahomes when he started, and he started killing, because he had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, but then they added Sammy Watkins and all that later. But they don't even have Sammy Watkins right now, and he's going crazy still. McCall Hardman is a household name now. Like,
well, let's even put it into context even more. Let's talk about it. Tyreek Hill at first was not even known as a route runner. He was all this speed, right? Let's talk about it, right? And they had a quarterback that couldn't hit him, so he wasn't good. He also wasn't a high draft pick, right? So let's talk about pieces. What we could say pieces in this. Tyreek Hill and Pat Mahomes are good. One, because Pat Mahomes can throw the damn ball to him. Not for nothing. Not a lot of QBs in the league can throw to Tyreek Hill in stride.
Facts.
Okay. So you can't really say pieces.
They've been together for 3 years now.
What's up?
They've been together for 3 years now. This has been a system that they've all been in for 3 years now.
But nobody knew that Tyreek Hill.
It doesn't matter what everybody else knew. It matters about that team.
The first round pick, though, like they knew what was coming to him, right? Because Tyreek Hill was a struggle. He got with Coach Dub and became like now one of the top 5 receivers, right? But Brady knew what Mike Evans was. They knew what Chris Godwin was. Oh, let me bring AB with me. We know what AB can do. Let me bring my dog Gronk. We know what Gronk can do. Travis Kelce, yes. Pat Mahomes had him, and like they were growing together. All they did was grow young. They weren't. Nobody truly was established that Pat Mahomes had.
Okay, they weren't established, but they had time to grow together. They had time to gain chemistry. The Bucs team they had no time to gain chemistry. How many teams have we seen come into the NFL? They put all these big names together, all these guys who are established in the league, and they shit the bed. You put Tom Brady in that.
They're usually older, about the Patriots. They're usually older big names compared to these. A lot of these guys are still young. Only old person is Brady.
But this is the Patriots blueprint. He puts together a bunch of high-name veterans, underpay them, and they win Super Bowls. Though that was the blueprint of Belichick.
Patriots formula.
This is probably his best receiving core he's ever had. Tom Brady.
Exactly. So it's not the Patriots formula.
This is the best receiving core we probably ever seen.
I'm just saying, if we're putting things into context, like you said, this is arguably his best. He's going.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, let's go back to the initial point. What's more impressive? Getting the Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls before 25, or winning a Super Bowl after 40. I think it's more impressive to win one, because more than likely as a quarterback, you're not going to be playing after 40, or any player in the league. You're not going to be, unless you're a kicker, playing after 40. Then to go onto a team, you don't have preseason, you have no off season, and you have to mesh together this team. You have to be a leader and bring everybody together. We all know football is a game of chemistry. You can't put just people together and it's just gonna work. It just doesn't work that way. I don't give a fuck how talented you are.
True, but he's had the ability to make mistakes all season, and even in the playoffs. He's had the ability to make mistakes that not a lot of QBs can make and still be able to win games.
But when does his leadership come into play in that aspect?
I don't care if you're a leader. If you're throwing 3 interceptions in an NFC Championship game and you can still squeak out a win, that says a lot about the team that you're down in. Like, it's not all Brady. It hasn't been all Brady.
I never said it was all Brady.
Like, even against my team, the Giants, like, we were shit at the point where we should have won that game. Like, he played like ass that game, and he won because Daniel Jones made a bunch of mistakes. So the defense won them that game, ultimately.
I'll say that.
Why didn't they win more games for Jameis Winston like that?
Because they added Jameis Winston didn't have all the weapons and stuff that Tom Brady has. He didn't have the offensive weapons. He didn't have the line he had. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he did not have Antonio Brown. He did not have Gronk. He did not have
Antonio Brown hasn't done anything. Don't bring up Gronk either. He hasn't done anything either.
What do you mean Gronk hasn't done anything?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Gronk is one of the best blocking tight ends and There's games where he went off and just
There's
Gronk's
games where he
presence.
went off. Gronk is a shell of himself. Gronk is not the Gronk that we saw
Gronk,
before.
a
You
shell
keep
of
on bringing
Gronk
up
is
Gronk
still
like he's
one of the
like
best tight ends in the league. Like, what are you talking about? And there's still 2 other Pro Bowl tight ends on the team.
I will say
okay,
this.
say that. Bring them up other than Gronk then.
I will say this right now. In this age we're in, we will see more quarterbacks play till 40. I do believe that.
Why do you believe that?
Because you can't hit QBs as much as you could before. It's a lot easier. I don't want to say a lot easier, but you don't get hit like you used to. That pocket is. I think the way this going, we're going to see a lot more QBs play till 40.
And why are these rules established? Who established these rules?
Yep, Tom Brady. Now, with that being said, though,
what does that have to do with anything?
Hold on. Now, with that being said, we will still see younger quarterbacks come into the league and struggle because of the demands of the game, defense, all that stuff. They need the 3 years to groom. Point blank, period. So I think we're going to see more quarterbacks play till 40 with the way the game is played, that we will see a little bit more of Brady's great possible accomplishment he can do. And I think we will still see a lot more struggles of people coming in the game, being young quarterbacks with 425 and winning 2 championships. Okay, Kev, name me one quarterback who's come in and really light it up as a young quarterback.
No. I disagree with your point that we're going to see quarterbacks continue to play in their 40s. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Think about like Sesh said, the setup that he had. Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. How many coaches get to coach that long? Tom Brady
with the rule change of 40, Kev.
I understand what you're saying, but the setup, the overall like system, and the way that everything was lined up for him for that long does not happen everywhere else. Those infrastructures don't last for that long. Not everybody has a Bill Belichick to coach him through 15 years, bro. It doesn't work that way. So I don't think that's going to happen.
I'll give you that. But so quarterbacks can't bounce around?
Not be successful.
I mean,
that happens for a year or 2.
But the point is, though, my point was quarterbacks will be playing till 40. So regardless, even if you think about it, Brady still got traded to another team at 40, which means a quarterback could bounce around at that age and be older.
This is a second team. It's not really bouncing around.
I'm not saying bouncing around, but my point is you can be traded to another team at 40 and play.
Yeah, you can. Yes, it's possible. I think it's more likely for another quarterback to go sit behind somebody for 2 years and then be successful and with a good coach rather than a veteran quarterback going to another team and winning a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl successful or successful?
Being like Super Bowl successful.
Super Bowl successful, not successful like man, playoffs. Successful. They are winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think that's more likely than a guy coming in and going to another team and winning a Super Bowl after 40.
Gotcha. I just know the way it's looking, Kev. I can tell you a couple QBs that's looking like they're gonna play till 40.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep. Aaron Rodgers. We're going to see now the way it's trending. Quarterbacks. How old is Drew Brees?
Drew Brees is right there.
Yeah, 39, 40.
39.
We're right there. This is about to be the new norm.
I think did Drew Brees not? This is Drew Brees last year, right?
Drew Brees does.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick is not going to win a Super Bowl. We don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick is about to win a Super Bowl.
No, we don't. But I think playing till 40 is going to be the new thing.
About just playing.
Okay.
For sure. That's why the Super Bowl thing is interesting. I think it's going to be both sides. We'll see. Obviously, one of them is going to accomplish the feat, so it defeats the purpose of 2 people can't win the Super Bowl, right? It's either one person is going to win it at 25 or one person is going to win it at 40.
Facts.
That's really what it comes down to. So. But shoot, we'll move on from our sports segment. What's up, Kev? What do you got to say?
We making picks. What's up?
I think we made him again, but go ahead, Kev. Who you got? Because you got the 40-year-old. You got the 40-year-old.
Oh shit, you're right, man. Never mind. I forgot.
I'm changing my pick. I'm going with the Chiefs just because you going with the 40-year-old. Chiefs.
I think
Chiefs.
he's actually going
I'm
with.
pretty
I
sure
think he's
my
actually
original
going with
pick was the Chiefs, but
Pick the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Bucks, man.
consistency, man. That's all.
I'll keep it consistent. Whatever Kev is doing, I'm going opposite with, man. I'm tired of it.
I said I was going with. I'm pretty sure I picked the Chiefs originally. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm sticking with the Chiefs.
Okay, I said I'm going with the Bucks. I'm just going with the Bucks just cause I do think he's gonna win. I do. I'm rooting for the young guy going under 25, but I gotta go.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm rooting for Tom Brady, man. I want Tom Brady to win 7. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you.
I want to see Pat. I want to see young. I want to see young greatness.
Okay, so I got another one for you, T.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see somebody win 2 before 25 before we see somebody win 7. Like if it happens either way, if let's say Mahomes loses and somebody else comes along, we'll see someone win 2 before 25 before we ever see someone win 7 or even 6.
Yeah, I think. But I don't know.
You said 6. I don't know. Pat Mahomes might. You know what I mean?
It don't the system around it, bro. And you think Andy Reid gonna coach for 6 more years, 10 more years? Like
that's a different type of talent. That's like Aaron Rodgers. They got rid of whatchamacallit. He went to Dallas, McCarthy, and he got, you know what I mean? Like there's certain talent level, like that, you know what I mean? They can weather through different coaches.
Okay.
I mean, and that's a tough question. 6 is ridiculous, right? 6 is a ridiculous number. That's just like, I don't know.
If he wins 2 before 25, that 6 is real doable.
That is true.
Nah.
It's a chance. 6 is ridiculous, bro. I'm not gonna sit here.
Yeah, that's a lot of rings, especially in football.
In a game of football, that's a layup. I'm not gonna.
But you got to realize, like, he's under contract for 10 years. They got Kelsey under contract for a couple, Tyreek under contract for a couple, Sammy Watkins signed for a couple. Like they gonna have those pieces for years.
Kelsey is the same age as Gronk, bro.
We know that, but he looks better. He looks better than Gronk at 31.
That's a good point, but he's not a young man.
But he's in his prime at 31.
Not for 4 more. That means all right. Let's give you all right. Let's say he wins this one. He get 2 before 25. So 4 more years after that. That means you think he's gonna win every one after that one?
I mean, the boy is not even like 26. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he could play for 10 more years. That means he has to win 4 out of 10.
It's a slim chance, but what did you say? If he wins 2, it's not that far fetched.
We said the same thing about Brady. He's not gonna win anymore. He won back to back. Like he's done. Like we said the same shit.
Facts.
But it's like you great. People want to play with you. So there are gonna be people who take pay cuts to be like, all right, I want to win a chip with Mahomes. Like, think about all the people that wanted to play on that Patriots team and took a pay cut. Like, I need that ring. Darrelle Revis, I need that ring. And then I'm going to go with that bag. Like, it's going to happen that way. Like, people going to want to win that ring before their legacy is over.
They do got they do got their key pieces in contract. Tyrann Mathieu being one of them.
Yep.
6 is ridiculous. But we'll see, bro. That's a good one.
Yeah. I didn't think about that way, but I'm still saying no.
I'm gonna say
I'm still saying it anyway.
I'm gonna say like a 0.01% chance, but with Pat Mahomes, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, damn near anything's impossible at this point. If they figure out a way with them young boys, and that's scary. That's scary because they just keep drafting speed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're gonna segue, transfer down some great sports talk. We're gonna segue to hedge fund DZ, man. Give us a stock market section, man. You got some things to clear up.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear up something because last episode I was very vague in what I meant, and some people asked me like what I was talking about with that Reddit shit as far as Robinhood and stuff. So just a brief explanation about what goes on with these stocks. Hedge fund goons, you know, they're very rich people. They get their gang together and they bet on a stock losing. So for instance, the GameStop stock wasn't supposed to do shit. So that was supposed to be the one everybody rich bet against winning. So it was supposed to take a loss, and then when it dives down, they win money. So when you have the Reddit trolls driving up the price of the stock, not only do the people who invest in that stock win, but the hedge fund people who bet for it to lose and was going to win on it going down, they lose a lot of money because of that. And that's why it became a big issue, because the big boys were losing money on a guaranteed loss stock.
Hedge fund easy. Question.
Yes, sir.
Question, Brody. Is this similar? You ever seen what the fuck was the name of that movie with Steve Carell? Oh man, when they bet on the real estate market, this is gonna kill me. I just had it on the tip of my. It's not The Big Short. The Big Short.
Yes.
Big Short.
Yes.
Is it the same deal but with stocks?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So if you had a stock, I'm like, yo, such stock is like trash. Like, we gonna make money because this is gonna drop, because nobody goes to GameStop no more. Like, everything you can buy online, like, you know what I mean? There's no point in going into GameStop really. So this is supposed to drop. So I'm gonna, short that stock. It's gonna lose, guaranteed. Like, all y'all give me your money. We're gonna make a little cheese off of this. Kev decides to get him and his little friends to drive the shit up. We losing money. So that's the game.
Got you. Makes sense.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen The Big Short, go see that.
I'm gonna go check it out. I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
Don't worry, man. We gonna have it. What's your aim? We got stuff coming. I'll be here for the long run, man. You know what I mean? We doing a lot of things to come, man.
Real estate D's, hedge fund D's,
have
many hats.
Yeah, many hats. That's our business section of the day. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of some more serious stuff. Kinda serious. Well, yeah, it is serious. Maybe my thought process on the insanity part will be crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to laugh.
Yeah. I see session. So anyway, if you guys don't know or didn't know, there was some heinous crimes. Heinous. Did I get it right?
Heinous. He was right the first time.
Come on, man. I got it right the first time. Appreciate you, man. See, I cleared up when I know I didn't say it right. But yeah, so there was a fight about snow on property. Pretty much. Am I getting this right? I don't want to mess this up.
Sounds right.
Neighbors got into it, like really into it. Apparently, it didn't seem like seemed like a normal argument, but things escalated entirely too quickly. Dude came out and pretty much executed both his neighbors in the middle of the argument, and it was wild, man. What's your take on that? I don't want to speak too vague. It was real graphic. If you haven't seen the video, I warn you, if you do happen to come across your screen, if not, you're not good with some of that stuff, don't watch it. But yeah, man, people gotta talk to each other. We talked about it, man, in the group chat ourselves. How we have to kind of talk to people better in some ways, man. What's y'all take on it, dog?
Man, mind your business, man. Stay in your bubble. Do what you do, and try to avoid those situations at all costs. Because I just, you don't know what the fuck anybody is going through at the time. So especially, like, I know a lot of people, road rage, that was definitely a thing. When I was like, road rage is a big thing. It's a big thing. You getting out. I done seen somebody get out the car and pop off on a dude at the red light because they cut him off. So I've seen people and just thinking, like, in that situation, like, somebody, he could have went up to the wrong car. That could have been that situation, right? That could have been that same situation right in front of my face as a teenage kid. And just kind of, you got to keep other people in your whereabouts and what they're going through. Try to think about that. Before we fly off the handle.
Yeah, he flew all the way off the handle. Bugged out. He walked back inside like nothing happened, like it was a regular day.
Yeah, so I see your point, Sesh, but that's also, bro, you arguing with your neighbor, bro. That's what people like. You live in a neighborhood, yo. Don't let your dog shit on my lawn. That's what you do in the neighborhood, bro. Like,
that's
what
a
the
fact.
fuck?
That's a fact.
Don't let the kids stop letting the kids like throw their shit in my backyard. Like that's shit that people do, bro. But like people are broken. They're fragile. The mindsets are just brittle. I don't know. Like everybody's on edge, bro. Everybody's ready to go off for one reason or another. So I think it's crazy that even things as simple as arguing with your neighbor can turn into a John Wick scene. Is freaking bananas.
I'm not even then, Kev. I'm not getting into no argument back and forth about your dog shitting on my lawn. I don't know, man.
You say that now until you step on some shit when you walk out. You're gonna be tight.
I'm gonna be tight. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say something to him, but if I start feeling like the energy changing, I'm either gonna pop off right then and there before you get to the gun, or I'm just gonna leave it alone.
But this is the thing, though. We don't know the history of these neighbors, though. We just judging this man.
Right.
And from what I read the article explaining it, and it seemed like, and from the article I read, it just seemed like they were putting snow in his yard. So it seemed like they were bullying him. Like he said something like, "Yo, keep the snow off my yard," and that's when they started going off on him, calling him, you know what I mean, all types of shit. And
they were wilding on his name.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it could have been a history of that. And he was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm tired of y'all. Like, I've been going through this. Like, we don't know what he's been through, like mentally, aside from them, or what they put him through, to the point where he's just like, you know what? People like you need to go. You know what I mean? Let me make this world a better place. Get rid of y'all. So like my son
but it's also snow, bro. Snow is temporary.
It does not matter, Kev. If my neighbor right now put snow on my driveway, like I'm gonna be mad. Like I'm not gonna be super mad for obvious reasons, but like I'll be mad. But I mean, if it's 3 years straight of that, yeah, like we might really fight. If I see him trotting to his yard, like to his door, like obviously me being from the hood, like I'm gone. Like I'm going to my house and I'm seeing what it is. But not everybody has that awareness. Like some people are that bold where they're just like, yo, I just herbed him. He ran in the house. And then he comes back out with the thing. And they're just like, you're not going to shoot me on camera. And son's like, I'm ready to go.
Damn, he
like,
shot like 4 times and missed after the first 2. At least I'm getting...
But we train for that. We from the hood. So we know when you hear shots, like anywhere, we run. We don't know where we going, but we running.
I was watching. I started ducking. I'm watching it.
Everybody's not built like that. Like people, like if somebody pull a gun on somebody that's not experienced, like I don't expect my wife to move if somebody pulls out a gun. Like I might really have to push her to start running, because she's probably in shock that someone pulled out a gun and was shooting at her. She's probably like, oh shit, like this is real life. Like I've seen this in movies. So like people are standing still, like, oh, where we would have been like, oh shit, what's his hand? Boom, gone. Like aim is trash. I'm out of here. Like I'll be back. But you know what I mean? Like watch how you talk to people, man. Any confrontation you have could cost you your life. So make sure it's worth it. Point blank, period. Learn from this.
I am not saying that you're wrong, bro, because you're absolutely right. Snow is temporary, but at the same rate, motherfuckers is crazy out here. Like you just said, there's a lot of shit going on out here.
But how disrespectful is that? Like, I'll put snow on your driveway.
And the weirdest thing is, they seem like they're across the street. I don't see how they even are they just picking the snow up and just.
Thank you. That's why I see petty.
There's so many questions. It's not like they're next door, like they going scoop over. They're going scoop across. Like you gotta walk across the street. Like that's bugged out.
And mind you, after he killed them, he killed himself.
Did he? I didn't see that part.
I mean, what else you gonna do after that though? You gonna spend life in jail?
Also, it seems that we're all just trying to make sense of nonsense, bro. It's just you can't try to wrap your head around that shit, bro.
I mean, I think the biggest point we want to get to people, man, is just watch how you talk to people nowadays, man. A lot of these things aren't worth it. You just don't know what people are going through.
So can we get into some real shit? Like like, you know what I mean? In the stance, like clapping for this man, like
I wasn't,
man, like I get that.
No, I wasn't clapping for him. I wasn't doing that.
Applaud his courageousness.
Yo, I'm like, I'm looking at my phone, like.
Obviously, so obviously you guys know I like to study the mind, and I'm big on just the mental aspect of what people do and how they react to certain situations and about how they go through it. So, as you guys all know, Thanos is one of my favorite superheroes in the world. As everybody else looks at him as an evil villain. To me, he is not a villain at all. Right? I just think
That's a superhero.
yeah, Thanos is a superhero. I will say that time and time again. Bane is a superhero as well. So I just think it's interesting to me. You talk about greatness, and this is the craziest segue I'll go into, because there's something to it when a person is willing to risk it all for whatever beliefs that they have, whether they're right or wrong. So I find it very unique in that way, because sometimes there's things like, where there's things we want to achieve in life, but you necessarily don't want to do it. You don't want to do it because you got to think of the size, the repercussions, whatever they might be. I just feel like when somebody is willing to say, I'm going all in, whatever that might be, there's something like, wow, like, how do you get to that point?
So question for you.
Yes.
Is Tay-K a hero?
No, because he had no.
Why not? Wait. Whoa.
He went. I didn't say they're a hero, but I'm saying why Thanos and Bane, because of what there was a belief, right? Thanos actually thought, we talked about this before, that he was going to make the world a better place. So did Bane, right? The way the world was going, people were robbing, killing. Boom. They weren't in. Tay-K, like, you just went and killed an innocent person for no reason. I can't get down with that. But I am interested in the switch in how you can still do something that you're going to say, right? We talk about commitment, doing what you say when whatever he went into in that moment, the psyche was crazy.
Yeah,
I
and
think you
Tay-K
had it
did
right
that.
the first time.
What you say?
I think you had it right the first time, Trav. Psycho. I think it
I'm not saying that they're not psycho or they're not crazy, but I am interested in that mindset of, at this moment, I'm going to go all in.
It's not
that's
a
not what
conscious
greatness
choice.
is.
That's what that's what I think you're.
But it's a conscious choice. There is, regardless of every choice in the whatever 10, 3, whatever seconds it is, there is still somewhat of a conscious choice.
When does it become impulse?
It's a great question. I mean, for me, and if we want to base it off that video, he had enough time to walk in his house and grab it. That the impulse was gone.
No, it ain't.
And that's what gets me. There is, and that's where
he walked into his house, got it, and still walked towards the people. The impulse was gone. The decision now, the conscious decision was made, and he was going in on it.
It took 12 seconds.
That's a lot, bro. He walked in and said,
"He went and got another gun, though."
Yes, there was a lot of.
Son, you're gonna finish the job. Like once you were there,
not all.
But that's not impulse, though. If you're thinking about finishing the job, going back to get another gun to finish the job, that's not
that you're making conscious choices, bro.
I understand what you're saying, though, DZ. I understand what you're saying, but
impulse is a lot different. There was a lot of time that was he didn't have the strap on him and went loose. He walked in, got it, walked.
He didn't walk. He ran. No, he trotted. That's why I said, son had that trot like, I'm going to get some shit.
It wasn't impulse, though. I think that was a conscious decision to go all in. And so what I'm saying is I'm interested in people who can go all in. Whether it's, we just talked about greatness, Tom Brady. What did it take for him to go all in, right? What did you have to sacrifice? Like little things like that.
My only thing, Trevor, on that is he went all in for 15 seconds. And the people that we talk about, when we talk about people going all in, they're going all in for 10 to 15 years.
For sure. I'm not saying I want everybody to get this out there. I don't agree. I think that is scary. That's bugged out. I just want to make sure people aren't twisting my words.
No. If you beef with Trev, have your vest on. That's what he's telling you. He's telling you this on a podcast.
No. We're
Don't
not going to
beef
do that.
with him without a vest on.
I'm just interested in the way the brain. I guess it's more for me. I'm very interested in how the brain works in all moments.
I am too. I am too in that sense. I'm always trying to find reason and like trying to see somebody's side as to why they're doing something. But I think that you can see what Homeboy did. Think you can see that in a lot of people, not in that aspect where he just killed two people in himself in a matter of, I don't know when he killed himself, but like in a matter, that video was about maybe about 2 minutes or something, and the action was actually about like 10 to 15 seconds. Um, but I think you'll find more people who can go all in for a short amount of time.
And I think it
I
has
think
something
majority of people can do that.
And I think it has something to do with my major too. I studied child development, right? The way the child brain works. And as I just became infatuated with this is the brain itself and the psyche behind it.
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge you there.
Please do.
It's the psyche. So if he felt what he's doing was anything like you were saying, why would he take his own life?
Interesting. And that's why I'm interested to know what else was going on within him.
That's why I think it's impulse. I think once he realized, because you got to realize, adrenaline pumps for how long?
For sure, yeah. No. But that's
once he realized what he did, I'm sure he was just like, "Fuck, I fucked up."
I think the adrenaline pumps after it goes off, still keeps going after the first shot. I don't think it goes from in the house to there. Once he let off the first shot, that's when his adrenaline was really rushing. I think in the moment he went to go get the gun, and mind you, this is all speculation. Obviously, like Kev said, we're trying to piece wrong together or whatever the case may be. There was a conscious decision made. I really do. From the going to get his gun and to doing what he did, there was a conscious decision. Once he shot, that was all impulse. And then there was another conscious decision after to go, like Seth said, to get another gun and finish the job.
And then finish himself.
That was him now realizing, like, dang, I really probably.
That was my point. Like Thanos, Bane, and Killmonger, they were not killing themselves because they were doing what they believed was right. So if he had made a conscious decision as taking their life was right.
Oh, that dude is superhero one bit. I said I was more interested in that ability to, like, wow, like what I just more was saying, like, what made it? Like, how did you get to that point?
Yeah, you were applauding the conscious decision. But if your conscious
decision that guy made, stop putting that in.
I didn't mean. They know I'm joking. You know what I'm saying.
No,
you're saying you're intrigued. You're intrigued by his decision.
Media. I do not want this getting twisted up. I do not applaud. I am saying that 1,000 times. We ain't gonna do that.
Listen, we grown. Everybody knows you're the crazy one. When we were growing up, they thought it was me. Everybody knows it's you. We've got to the point where your shit has been on Front Street. Like, you're the loose cannon.
We're not doing this right now.
Nah, we ain't gonna get there in a minute. We here.
In the mind of a lot of people. But yes, Thanos, Killmonger, and somewhat Bane are superheroes. Even the Joker.
See, this is insane. Your superheroes are them. Usually people are like Captain America, because those Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Obvious, right? Because they go with what is supposed to be the norm. That is not the way the world works, right? The reason that they were probably going to do something that was probably groundbreaking, especially the Joker, in sense, because he was really trying to show the evil ways and the workings of the world, right? What?
By killing people.
He didn't really kill people. He gave people the ability to actually kill themselves.
He didn't kill people?
Because he did kill people. But it was because the superhero, Batman, let it happen. All he had to do was Batman come forward.
Son, the opening scene was him robbing a bank and shot everybody he robbed the bank with.
But who are they? Who were the people he shot and killed? They were what?
His team.
No. What were they?
Part of his team.
Like he's talking about like criminals.
Kev gets it. They were criminals. They were henchmen.
He was criminal too. So why
he was with them.
He was. So if Batman would have killed those henchmen, he would have been what? A hero.
Batman but not after he robbed the bank.
Batman doesn't kill anybody. That's what you're not realizing.
Okay, but if there's some that do put it out there. If right, the person that we want to be the hero because they're doing right.
But Batman's not robbing the bank with these guys. He's like,
Bro,
you don't rob a bank with somebody, kill them, and then take all the money.
To show that the way the world works is all about greed and money.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, he did prove that.
So he wasn't robbing a bank like he was gonna do something. He burnt the money. It wasn't about the money. It was about how evil the world is, and the only thing that makes everything tick is the money. Come on, man. That man was a hero. But now I didn't want to realize it because he's stuck on the way these heroes are portrayed. Nah, you gotta look at the message. It's deep. It's deeper than rap.
I still won't come to hero. You're still insane, but I see what you're saying about that.
Oh, you know what I mean? Everybody that was greedy in the sense that's all he wanted to do.
Damn, that fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie. That fucked me up.
Come on. That's why I said, who were the people that he killed after he robbed the bank? Look at every one of his motives. He didn't care. The monster. He was that guy.
That fucked me up.
And at the end of the day, he was saying, Batman is a criminal too. I'm fighting a criminal.
It all depends on what lens you're looking at it from.
Yeah.
Because
it's all relative. Everything is relative.
That we're painting the picture of what normalcy is. Why is he not a hero? Oh, because he did. Oh, he's just showing you the same way. They're battling. Him and Batman are They're both living above laws. Batman, I have no laws. So why is he the hero? Why is his way work? Why is his way accepted and not Joker's?
But Batman was seen as a villain as well at the start of Batman.
For sure. But as Batman knows it, and Captain America, come on, man, he's a cornball. It is what it is, man. The more
so I see your point, like, and I'm just like taking it all in. I feel like you can go down the rabbit hole. Because if anyone, like you said, regardless of the message, if someone's putting everything behind it, that can lead you down a very dark path.
And I think
it doesn't, regardless of what that is, like, yes, they're putting everything like in them behind it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that should be upheld and or agreed with, I guess is the point that I'm trying to get with.
For sure, yeah. I hear what you're saying on that, but I think that's why I said more of them than the person we're talking about. That was more me, like, wow, how did you get to that point type psyche? Like, wow, you really were able to go all in all those 2 minutes. But when I'm talking now with shifting the energy to these people, they had a goal, right? And now you talk about it, whether you believe, whether it's basically your goal, what you feel is right? And there's actually a message behind it. To me, I think that that's important because those are the people who do change the world.
So he fits in that category then.
No, not that. No,
he 100% does. The way you explain it, I mean, if you looked at the way they treated him, the way they acted towards him, those people are detrimental to a neighborhood. And to society.
I don't know the whole story. I don't know where that's going with that.
I'm just telling you what I read. It just looked like they were bullying they were really bullying him.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
So, and then, like I said, if
real lives were lost, so I'm gonna go on the verge of what we're talking about, of what I agree with, man. Nobody's lives should ever be lost in that manner. But when we're talking about the move, like just goals and what you're setting to be, whatever the case may be, I think there is some validity to you have to necessarily not go the way everybody thinks. And I think that mindset is something crazy. It's interesting, not even crazy. I appreciate the Jokers and the Thanoses of the world. Yes. For sure. Yeah. TK, I don't agree with, man. I don't think there was a message. I don't think there was a message behind it. I don't. There wasn't. There was just that was impulse. That was coincidence. Just going off DC's thing.
My man murdered somebody in Texas and drove to Jersey and murdered somebody else.
Yeah, there was no rhyme or reason in that. There's no I'm here to change the world or my view is make it a better place. That's That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Cause I fuck with his music, man. That was sad.
You mess with one song. That's all he made.
What?
So, but word, we're gonna move on again to our last segment of the day. Listen, I don't want everybody out here thinking I'm crazy, man. Y'all got people thinking I'm insane. This is just foul. Sash and Kev looking at me all crazy. This is wild stuff right now. I'm really not crazy. I just see the world in a different place sometimes.
You should have saw my face when you typed that shit.
Because I'm interested in the way the mind works. The mind is I'm interested in all facets of the mind.
Says you don't understand what I had to go through growing up, like being the bad one. I'm like, yo, I swear it ain't me. It's like being in one of those movies where you know who the good guy is, and nobody sees what the bad one does. Like, you know what I mean? And then people figure it out, but the people are dead already. Like, not putting no bodies on Trev, not like that. But I'm just saying, in that context, it's just like, finally, like, I'm the good one. You know what I mean?
I just think I had different viewpoints. That's all.
We know. We know.
Anywho, we're gonna move on, and this is the. I never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. This is awful too, but one of the biggest things in the news was, or actually, I feel like it wasn't that big.
No, it wasn't. Look for it.
What's up? Yeah, you had to search for it, right? And obviously, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the racial in the world before we were born. Racial injustice, social injustice, whatever word you want to deem as a topic of at hand. But there's been a lot of, back the blue. There's been a lot of Black Lives Matter talks, back and forth banter. But now we have an interesting segue into it because we actually had. Oh, we also had. This is like almost like the double entendre. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but this guy, he fits almost everything in one. And how do you identify it? And obviously, he was struggling with it. But we had a former deputy police chief officer and a former veteran, Clyde Kerr, actually kill himself, committed suicide, rest in peace, recently. And it's interesting because as we say that, he was a deputy police chief officer, he was a veteran, a former veteran, and then on top of being a police chief officer, he was a Black man. So we talk about having every single one of these complexities in one, and every argument on each side, right? Oh, Black Lives Matter. Oh, back to blue. Oh, kneel for the flag. Don't kneel for the flag for the veterans. Oh, I am a veteran. This guy kind of embodied every argument in one. So he ended up committing suicide, and he left behind a lot of quotes. One was, he's done serving a system that doesn't care about people like him. All right. And there's been time and time again, this conversation has come up. And this is one just in your face, right? This is definitely in your face. It's definitely serious. And just wanted to hear some of your thoughts. And I have some more of his quotes on here too. But definitely wanted to get into this topic, man, because I think this is a serious one. And this is kind of every argument that's been going on in one.
I'll start it. I think it's interesting. It's interesting because it's everything that we've been talking about. But like you said, it's like this one person rolled into one, and how you can get pulled in so many different directions. And to take it back to what we were just talking about, somebody just like going all in for like just to kind of think like where his mental state was, where he thought the best use of his life was to take it and to leave quotes to better explain what he was feeling, rather than actually being here and voicing those opinions. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, or just scary to think like somebody's in that headspace. They feel like their words would be more valued if they weren't here, rather than if they said them, especially in the system that he was in. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I just like just thinking about it, like, and I'm sure, sadly, his message is heard a lot stronger, like, not here than it is here, because I'm sure if he did say a word, just bringing it back to that American skin situation, like, I'm sure, you know, what I mean, his career and his life would be a lot different. Like, he'd be looked at in a certain way, he'd be treated a certain way, and he could be, you know, what I mean, blackmailed as something he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? If he did express himself. So it's a tough situation, but I hope, you know what I mean, like Trev said, it wasn't overly publicized like it should have for obvious reasons. I just hope people, you know, just take it for what it is and understand like what it's been and what, you know what I mean, since Muhammad Ali, you know, stood on his own too about like, you know, we fighting for what? Like come home to what? How are we treated? You know what I'm saying? Like he's everything you could ever want in a person, but the wrong skin color. So like, it's just crazy.
So what you were looking for is T was the catch-22.
Yes, thank you, Kev.
Caught up in that
Kev.
situation, but in yeah, I read a few books. Yeah, you know. But in general, to not to make light of a dark situation, but it is something that is really unfortunate. And to say, I know we give T a lot of shit for for being a little insane, but to say the full to fully commit to his message and his belief in the fact that he's seeing the world in this wicked way, and this is, I guess, his way, his calling card, his message to those that are willing to listen, those of us that have the open ear to really hear what it is that he's trying to say, to kind of continue on with that message. And it's unfortunate that he felt that he had to go to that extreme, but he fully committed and he put the word out there, hoping that somebody would grab onto the baton and keep going with it, I guess.
And I think that's what's scary, as I think that's almost, I don't want to say the theme, but the fact is that he was better off dead, or he felt he was better off dead to get the message out. And it's almost like he's right, but then again he's wrong, because we all know what happens. They move on, and I can't speak on every feeling he's feeling, because I can't even for a second put myself in his shoes. Right? He's battling 8 different fronts. It's almost like you're not liked on either side right now, right? And it's not saying that all black people hate the cops. It's not saying all that, right? It's not saying all white people hate Black Lives Matter, but there's definitely got to be some just conflicting issues on everything right now. He's on all sides that have issues with all the topics that are being discussed, right? So I can't even imagine for a second, but it's just like, it's scary to think as a black man sometimes that your only message to really get the word out and to bring awareness is almost to be dead, right? Or to seriously risk everything you have, and you'll probably never be heard again after this happens. And
it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up because I struggle with it, because I value life a little differently. All life, not just everybody's life. I just think you don't know, no matter what you're going through, man. Like if you're feeling those type of thoughts, man, just try to find somebody to help you. I know that's hard to tell somebody in that moment. But your life could, not saying that you directly may be the one to spark the change or to just do something that'll spark the change, but your life may touch somebody else's life, and that may be what is needed to push things forward. So that's why I struggle with it. I struggle with that part of it, of him taking his life, or him feeling that his message was better portrayed in his death rather than him being alive and giving that message to somebody else or passing on game in that way. I don't know, man. It's fucked up, and it makes me think about the whole, like the Chris Dorner situation. The police officer out in L.A. wrote the manifesto, killed a couple police officers, and then went into a shootout. I wanted to bring it up when we were talking about American Skin, but it's just unfortunate, bro, that you feel like you got to go to those extremes as a black man to get your point across. And I think if everybody thought the way you thought, T, and the fact of like why does that person feel like want to get into like their brain as to why you want to go to that extreme, then we might be able to get somewhere. But I don't think people care enough.
It was messed up. I remember reading it in the way it struck me, man. Like you said, I get so caught up in like, wow, how do people get to this point? But just seeing it, right? Just I don't know, and it's tough because will he be heard, right? Has he been trying to say things? Like, there's so much questions that I have, and it's almost so like discouraging, right? Like, how can you? This guy was at places at the table. Hopefully, we thought that could be what to make change of, and we just not watch, but we've seen the result, right? There's almost like, if you're at this spot and we're saying like get the seat at the table to help create change, and if this is what you have to go to, it's almost like why bother, right? And it's like you said, it's fucked up to think about, man. Is because it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because it's evident the way he cared about people that looked just like him, on that he really wanted to make change, but he was fighting a battle that he knew he couldn't win and left messages behind, and the media is damn near rock silent on
it. Facts, and that's another part in it. Like, who does his message speak to? Like, in his death, like, his message in my eyes speaks to the people who already were feeling that way. It doesn't touch those people. It doesn't touch enough people in my eyes to justify you killing yourself. The people who really need to hear it.
And that's the problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all want a seat at the table, because you sit at the table don't mean you're getting a plate set. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you know damn well that you're not eating at that table, why don't you go, you know what I mean? Go to another table where you can. I think that's the problem. We're trying to like fit in, and it's not going to change until we can get things figured out. But we're trying to fit into a system where we don't fit in, instead of creating our own. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's why, like, all we have is, like, Obama win the presidency. Like, he pushed hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's all about. Like, we hope shit gonna change, and that's what we sit here and do, instead of, doing the nitty gritty and doing everything we need to do to push the change. Like, stop hoping, stop wishing, and start putting in the damn groundwork and the efforts to do that. But everybody don't want to change.
You got that, Kev? Anything?
Yeah, summarize it, bro.
I think we could expand on that in future episodes. That segment of hope. I think we can grow on that a bit.
So maybe we'll segue into the next episode. We went a little longer, but I want to leave our viewers and everybody else with this last quote, and then we probably maybe segue into it. DZ kind of talked about it. Obama ran on it, but hope is the black people's kryptonite. And I just want to leave everybody with that, So we'll touch on that topic and expand on it later, but we'll get there in a minute. Episode 5. We out.
This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute. Cause Cause we'll get there in a minute.